Hi, today I'm here to show you how to add delete buttons or swipe to delete actions in your table view quickly and easily. To show you what I'm talking about, I've got the Reminders app open on a simulator, and we'll go ahead and attempt to delete a reminder. We'll swipe to the left and we get a delete button. If we tap that delete button, the reminder goes away. Alternatively, we can long swipe. Let's go ahead and long swipe this guy and just keep going. Boom, he's gone. You saw the delete button kind of appear and elongate, and the row disappeared. All right, let's show you how to do that in your own app. Shutting this down, opening Xcode. We have a quick little sample app here. It just consists of a navigation controller, a table view, and a simple detail view off the cells of that table view. Going to the table view controller, I have some fake data, and I have the controller set up for just a very basic table view. Let's run it so you can see what it looks like. All right, there's our fake data, really creative there. Example title 1, example title 2, example title 3, and so on. All right, first of all, we can swipe, but nothing happens on that swipe. We can swipe long or short, it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen on the swipe. So I place the edit button, I tap that, and you see that I get the circles with the minus sign in it that represents a delete. However, if I tap these, nothing happens. You can see each one, and that's because they're not implemented yet. But iOS did give us that capability automatically. Let's hit done. Let's stop the app and come back to our table view controller. I want you to notice that I'm using a UITableView controller. Well, the UITableView controller has the UITableViewDelegate and UITableViewDataSource protocols already built into it. So that's great. If, however, you're using a plain Jane UIView controller that you've subclassed, then you'll need to make sure that you've added the UITableViewDelegate and UITableViewDataSource protocols. Of course, for this simple delete button, you really just need the data source portion. All right, scrolling down, I've implemented my simple table view, and I want to show you two particular methods that are added when you create a table view. So if you're using an app that's existed for a while, you may not have these. If you just created the app brand new, Xcode gives these functions to you automatically. Let's go ahead and unremark this one. The first function is tableView can edit row at. Now, for what we're doing today, all of our rows are going to be deletable. So we don't really need to do anything special, and we could totally remove this function. By default, it's going to return true, which means you can go ahead and delete the row. Now, if in your app you have a situation where some rows maybe are okay to delete and some rows are not okay to delete, you would want to implement code that recognizes those rows here. If the row is not supposed to be deleted, then you could return false. If it is, and it's okay, then return true. So next, we'll undelete this method. This method is the one that deals actually with the button itself. TableView commit forRowAt. This method is used to determine what you want to do with that row that the canEditRowAt method said was okay to edit. So we get the index path of the row we're working with. And in this one that's provided to us by Xcode, they included an editing style of delete, which is what the editing style will be when you have pressed that red circle with the line in it, or you've swiped the cell left with the delete button. And they've also given us an editing style of insert, which is another topic for a different day. So we're going to go ahead and remove the insert portion and work only with the editing style of delete. Now, they tell us to delete the row from the data source, and they give us a line of code, tableView.deleteRows at the index path, and they set it for a cool little fade animation. Let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. All right, we can hit edit and we see the red circles. We can slide and we can get the delete button. Now though, what if we long slide? Now it doesn't matter. I've showed you those two, but you noticed I didn't click anything and remove any of the rows because we're going to get an error. So let me do a long slide here, and it's going to cause that error to occur. Lo and behold, there's the crash and burn. All right, let's take a look at the message that we got. That message says, assertion failure in UITableView, bug detected in client of UITableView, invalid number of rows in section. Aha. All right, why do we have an invalid number of rows in the section? Let's go ahead and shut this down and turn back to our table view. Well, what it turns out is this line that says delete the row from the data source is actually crucial, but it means we need code. The tableView.deleteRows that we were given by Xcode deletes the row itself from the table on the interface, but we need to take care of deleting the data. So in our case, we have an array called table data, and we need to make sure that we remove the row, because what's happening is that the table data is still including that row, and there aren't enough cells because you just deleted one of the cells with this tableView.deleteRows at. All right, so let's put our data source in there and say table data .remove at, and we know what row by indexpath.row. So we've implemented tableView commit forRowAt. We're deleting the actual row of data first, table data.remove, or whatever you would need to do to be able to delete the data for that row. And then we're deleting the row itself, tableView.deleteRows at. Now let's see what happens. Run this, Command R. And we click our edit button. Okay. Click that. There's our delete button. And delete. All right, what about our swipes? We swipe left, and there's a delete button, and we delete. Long swipe left, whee, it's gone. There you go. All right, so in summary, what you need to do is make sure you've included the UITableViewDataSource protocol. Implement the method if necessary. TableView can edit RowAt to determine whether or not a row is eligible for deletion. And if it is eligible for deletion and that this function returns true, then you're going to go to TableView commit forRowAt, and here's where you need to implement the editing style of delete. Make sure that you delete the actual data itself that's supposed to feed that row, and then afterwards delete the row from the table. And that's it. That's all it takes to have a delete button and delete functionality in your app. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you want to see more in the future, subscribe. Have an awesome day and happy coding.